Every triumph is born from struggle. And legends, they don't chase the spotlight. They let their talent speak quietly.
By Radina of Snow with a violent looking back. Snow you comfortably winning the 1,000 Guineas. And 7 region is going away with the McDowell Indian Derby from Frida Kahlo, Players Victor. Prakash driving home, haunting memories to a glorious victory in the Poonawalla Breeders Multi-Million. Mystical who really comes and wins the Indian Turf Invitation Cup, and what a sensational finish. Astria, but Bourbon King is about 2 lengths in front of Astria. Bourbon King.
Mystical, a comfortable winner of the Indian St. Ledger from Velvet Troop.
Diabolical, winning the McDowell Indian Derby in great fashion from Southern Empire.
3 lengths ahead of Allendale, after that is Marinsky and Dynamo. Murroy is well clear. Allendale takes the second spot ahead of Marinsky.
In the regal world of Indian thoroughbred racing, one name echoes through time. Dr. N.A.M. Ramaswamy. And standing quietly by his side, a man of grit, grace, and unshakable loyalty, Mr. Subbiah Ganapathy.
Ganapathy had 2 other attributes. One was his diplomacy, and the second one, even more important and a better one, was that he raced clean.
For me, it is loyalty.
Success.
Loyalty?
He's a thorough professional.
Born in the culturally rich town of Kanadukattan, Chettinad, Ganapathy was the youngest of a large family, raised on values that would define his life. Honesty, loyalty, hard work.
He's a legendary trainer. I've known him from the time before he became a trainer.
He's trained about 97 classic winners, and all for Dr. Ramaswamy.
When he was involved with Dr. M.A.M. Ramaswamy as more or less a racing manager. Then later on, he took a license to train and achieved a lot.
I think he's played a large part in the success of that operation.
In 1970, he arrived in Bangalore, not to sit in an office, but to call the stables his home.
Well, I always believed that, when he always thought if there's a good horse, he would always have the company for this horse. He would even have, if it has to mean sacrificing a good horse's career so that he could be a company horse for that classic horse. And that makes such a big difference, giving your horse the encouragement, the motivation that he belongs in this arena. And of course, he always likes to take feedback from senior jockeys and good riders, experienced pros. And when you work with him and then you feel like a team, things come out on top usually when you do that.
There was a time when I remember in the early 90s, every 2-year-old race, there would be 2-3-year-old race, there would be 2 runners and one would win. The horse who ran 2nd, 3rd or 4th, the next 3 weeks later, that would win, and they would be. So all of us were having a tough time getting a look into even win a race. So, those are the days that he's seen, those heady days, and they are very difficult and hard to come by. So, he's done it all.
His shrewdness comes from his ability to place a horse. He was brilliant, bar none, brilliant in placing horses. He overlapped Rashid Bairamji's success for a couple of years, and they were a formidable team to beat. And I'm pretty sure Ganapathy got the better of Rashid on numerous occasions, surely by his placement of his classic horses.
And I think he did a fabulous job with what was given to him, and the way he used to spread out his horses across the country. That was one of the most peculiar thing that I would say, that I really enjoyed seeing what he was doing with the horses.
His education in racing began under the legendary A.B. David. Though unlicensed, he was already shaping champions, studying bloodlines, reading forms, crafting quiet strategies.
For me, actually, he's been like my godfather during my riding period. In 95, when I got my first retainer to Dr. Ramaswamy. He is the person who came and asked me, why don't you ride for him? Then he arranged a meeting with boss Dr. Ramaswamy, and I had a lovely time spending with him, the best time of my life. From 95 to 2000,
There was a horse called Star Supreme, which I won the Bangalore Summer Derby. And Mr. J.H. Foley was the trainer, but Mr. Ganapathy was looking after everything because Mr. Foley was getting a bit old and mostly the stable was handled by Mr. Ganapathy, what I understood. On the race day of the Derby, I said the doctor came and told Mr. Ganapathy, I said there is some problem, which Mr. Ganapathy was already aware of it. There was a minor issue with the horse. He said, don't worry, we'll take care of it. And whatever Mr. Ganapathy did to the horse, and I came and won the Summer Derby on him, on the Star Supreme. I went and spoke to Mr. Ramaswamy. I said, sir, I'll tell you one thing. I said, this man, Mr. Ganapathy, knows this horse very well. I said, believe me, he will be an Indian Derby horse. Don't let him go to Madras. He agreed with me, and the horse destiny was changed from Madras back to Bangalore to Mr. Ganapathy. This horse came and won the Indian Derby, Star Supreme.
He led not with words, but with quiet command. Destiny called after the passing of Jim Foley, and racing manager Ganapathy stepped into the spotlight as a trainer. On November 5th, 2000, he saddled his first winner, Sandawar. 2 months later, he stunned the racing world, winning his first classic, Fantastic Bill, in the Bangalore Oaks. 44 winners in his debut season, a record. And he didn't stop. He ruled both summer and winter seasons for 7 consecutive years. In his very first year, he captured the Poonawalla Breeders' multi-million, the first of many.
So he's somebody that came out with as an honest person to start with, basically, and was dedicated. History is witness to the success that he's had as a trainer.
Cool man, he never pressure the jockeys. Suppose you come on the race day, you sit here, watch, and you go relax. You prepare for your races.
He's a man who has been there with us for everything whenever we had any difficulties. So he has been very helpful to all of us, whatever decisions have been taken in our association, our owners association. Towards the industry, for the owners and the trainers, he has stood by us and he has been with us for the game always.
He had a good rapport with everyone. He was a very helpful guy. We go and tell him any of our problem, he is the first man to come out and try to sort it out.
Ganapathy never shouted. He never hurried. He trained with stillness, precision, and an almost surgical eye for detail. He read his horses like scripture. Every stride, every breath, every heartbeat.
He kept his training methods very simple. He used to work his horses. Main thing was he used to look after his horses really well. And his horses looked like a picture throughout the year. And you yourself were a rider, used to ride for him, you should know better.
Once I started riding for him, it was very easy on my mind. There was not too much pressure. He never put me under pressure. Though there was a lot of pressure coming from top, he absorbed all the pressure and did not let it come to the jockey.
After you win also he's quiet, and after you lose for him also he's the same, doesn't show much of emotions on outside world. But to me he's been very helpful in my career because I tasted my first success on his horse itself. I was very fortunate to get the opportunity to ride a classic and win a classic for him.
He's always been a very private person, so we don't really, his relationship with most people in the sport between you and me has always been very formal. I'm much friendly. I'll have anecdotes with Karthik, I'll have anecdotes with Arvind, but Mr. Ganapathy has always been a senior in the sport, and his relationship with everybody has been very formal and very proper. You'll rarely find a person who'll have a bad thing to say.
His training style is very much orthodox, I would say. He believes in stepping them up slowly. He has had great mentors in his life. He has seen great trainers in his life. And What is not broken, you follow that. So he's been following that and he's had tremendous success with it.
And asking for a response. He responds brilliantly. Mystical now by a length and a half, and striding away. And Mystical is going to win the Chief Justice Cup, and this is a magnificent win. Mystical has won it.
And is going away from this field. 200 to travel in the first race, and Mystical, look at the way.
Better he goes, and the better he goes. And this is a phenomenal horse. Flashing Star Mystical, and it's going to be Flashing Star Mystical. And just look at Mystical, who really comes and wins the Indian Turf Invitation Cup, and what a sensational finish.
Really, the hero of the weekend is trainer Ganapathy. I've never gone out of my way to praise trainers, but ladies and gentlemen, I have a little story to tell you of interest. In Bombay, Mystical looked a little light, and I think he didn't put his best foot forward. So I told Ganapathy this story, and he said, "Don't worry, sir. Come to Bangalore and you see he will win, and keep a gold medal for me." And that's what I'm going to give him. It is really his training ability that freshened up the horse. On Friday evening when I saw him with Dr. Ramaswamy, the horse looked brilliant. And there I said, now he's the winner of the race. God bless you. And all the best to become India's greatest champion trainer for all time, I hope.
There could be many wonderful stories for champion trainer Ganapathy. But what's most important, and what all may not know, that Ganapathy was magic in his heydays. He started as a champion trainer, which anyone can. But to take a horse outside India on an international arena and make the Sheikh and all others know that what Ganapathy could do with Mystical. No other person has been able to do it, and it's going to be a tough job to break the record of what Ganapathy did.
Everybody's dream is to win the Indian Derby, and you're going from Bangalore to Bombay or within India from Hyderabad to Bombay to go and win that race. But he has gone out of the country. He's run with probably some of the best horses in the world.
He's been a serious influence on Indian racing because he's trained some top-class horses. He's produced some top-class results, not only in India and abroad as well.
Tour of France moves up to tackle him. Yarkus closer to the rail, then Akimbo. Mystical getting right up on the inside as they reach the 300 metres mark, where Mystical burst up on the inside, took the lead away from Yarkus. Hall, who is deeper out, but Mystical broke clear. 150 metres left to go. Here's a little page of history being written. Mystical in front of Hall, who and Yarkus, and Mystical for India has won the money. Mystical first.
The first day Mystical ran, he was a winner. And Ganapathy told me he's through much before he ran. And it was because Ganapathy could judge how good Mystical was. Even though he was on 3 legs when he left India, he was the only man who could do it.
Wow, I mean, it's a dream for any trainer here to have a winner abroad, to keep the tricolour flying high. An amazing achievement. I remember watching the race. It was incredible. Incredible. The feeling that comes to mind is incredible, and it's something that I think more people should dream of doing and make it happen.
It certainly, brought the limelight of focus onto Indian horses, and I think he, to a great extent, sacrificed a lot of his time and his attention on this one horse, where he put his mind and heart and soul to get the job done, and I think India is very proud.
And why? Because he had the ability to cooperate and make a team in which he was always ready to listen to me, to Philip Woods, and together the achievement could be made. And that achievement is the greatest thing in his life, and he should live with it forever.
Mystical going up to Diamond Quest, 250 metres.
It wasn't just victory, it was a statement. India could breed, train, and win on the world stage.
Ryan Moore's riding hard, and it's another history-making win for Mystical. Mystical first, Diamond Quest second.
Everybody knows about Mystical, and I think that was a fabulous job, taking him to Dubai. I know the horse had many issues. He looked after him and nurtured him beautifully, and he produced him to win on an international scale. So hats off.
And that was fantastic what he did with that horse over there. That was a great moment for Indian racing.
life struck. A sudden health crisis threatened his career.
In the middle of all that, Mr. Ganapathy had a heart attack at the time. And to manage all that and still manage to achieve what that horse did was massive. And keep in mind that Mystical went to Dubai when he was past his prime.
Many doubted he'd return. But months later, he was back, sharper, stronger, and unstoppable. More classics followed, a testament that grit and greatness walk hand in hand. From smart chieftains, Triple Crown, to Southern Empire's reign, from the elegance of Mystical to the brilliance of the Bourbon King, Ganapathy stables didn't just produce winners, they created legends.
I know Mr. Ganapathy is never really going to retire from the sport. He's got both his sons training horses, so he'll always be here. We'll always look forward to having him amongst us and being there and seeking his advice as and when the situation requires. Whenever there's some heated argument or dispute that is brewing in the industry, I know there's a calm mind like Mr. Ganapathy's whom we can go to.
He has a lot we can commend him for, not only his training abilities, but also himself as a person from 0 to 100, and that's something to be remembered.
And he will always be a big presence. I can't see him leaving the race course because he spent his whole life here. So I'm sure we'll see him here more often than not. And I wish him all the very best for his next innings. But it won't be far from the race course, that's for sure.
Your free time as a retired racing professional, maybe administration can come later.
So I would really wish that he should remain and not be forgotten, and he should keep coming and sitting around and giving advice to anyone who wants to seek it from him.
Definitely will miss him, but I hope I see him around as an owner.
God was so kind to me. I should be thankful to Prakash, who rode for me and so many races and all. Mar Gallagher, Richard Hughes, Column, and C.D. Hayes. So many top international boys they rode, and along with me, Srikanth, he rode for me, and Srinath. Everybody rode for me, all of them. They done a good job for me. A special thanks to my friend Mr. Ramalingam, who was always with me when I was not well. Thanks to all the veterinary doctors who treated my horses, especially Dr. Karthikeyan, Dr. Hasnain, and Dr. John. For me and my wife, thankful to Karthik and Arvind, been training in Bombay and Bangalore. My legacy will be taken forward by my sons. I would like to thank God, Dr. M.A.M. Ramaswamy, Dr. A.C. Mutaya, Dr. M.A.M.R. Mutaya, and the Rajab Chettinad family for all their support. I would like to thank the chairman, committee members, and my BTC family. Thanks to all the breeders and jockeys. To Ryan Moore, thanks for riding our horse in Dubai. It was absolutely mystical. A special thanks to Mr. Zawari Poonawalla and his family for giving me a chance to race internationally.
Trainer, mentor, gentleman. The racing fraternity extends its heartfelt gratitude for your love, kindness, and exemplary sportsmanship. Your legacy will continue to inspire generations.